Hello YouTube, back again. I've just got in from my game seeking and it bucketed down with rain, so yeah, but didn't stop me. So yeah, I went into Havens charity shop and I picked up PS2 console, the satin silver. Got it for a couple of quid. The reason it was cheap was it hasn't got the cables with it or controller, just the machine. So I didn't mind because I've got a silver controller anyway. And it came with, well, it was just the machine, but they gave me 2 memory cards. The blue and red one. Can never have too many of these. I mean, I've got lots of PS2 games, so I'm going to need all the memory cards I can get. So yeah, another PS2, and I like the silver one better than the black one. So yeah, it's all good. And Game Station, they've got some more 49p PS1 games, and I got 4. And I got this one, which is called Rocks. Looked interesting, and it's like looks like a puzzle game. You can see. So yeah, looks interesting. Okay, next up, Test Drive 5. I don't know how many of these there are, but I think this is like the Need for Speed games on PS1. They had a ton of them, and they had so many. When it got to 360, they just stopped it and just called it different names. So I think it's Test Drive Unlimited, the latest one. So yeah, Test Drive 5. Next, Rayman 1 Platinum. Now this I got for 49p. In Game Exchange, they wanted $9.99 for this. Game Exchange is a most rip-off shop I've ever been in. When I took it to the counter, I tried to haggle him when I was in Game Exchange, and he was saying, "Oh, I remember this game. Like, it's a quality game, yeah, but you're trying to con me off." And he wanted Smackdown Here Comes the Pain. It had a sticker on it that says $29.99, which is from years ago when it released. And he says, "Oh, it's $29.99. I'll let you have it for £6," trying to rip me off. And I said no. And I ended up finding that game in where did I get it? I think in CEX for £1. So it's worth hunting around. And lastly, for PS1, a game called Rogue Trip. I don't know too much about this game, but from the looks of it, it looks like Twisted Metal. You know, like you're in a car and it's got weapons on it, and you just go around smashing the shit out of each other's cars. It's probably not as good as Twisted Metal, but still, it's very similar. See it? That's PS1 games. And you might hear kids screaming because the kids have just come out of school. It's 3:30 right now as I'm recording, and my window's open, and so you might hear them shouting. So yeah, PS2 time. CEX, my favourite shop for bargains. I got this Need for Speed Carbon limited collector's edition, and it is in fantastic condition. The thing about CEX is they sometimes ruin their games when they bung their stickers right on the front on these cardboard boxes, and that they leave them on the shelf as well, so they get tatted up from people picking it up and putting it back on the shelf. And because they had Tomb Raider Tomb Raider Legends limited edition with the cardboard slip cover, but where it looks all dog-eared in the corners, and where they put their sticker on the front, when you peel it off, it peels the picture off. So yeah, they ruin the game. So yeah, that's Need for Speed Carbon. Next up, a game called Groove Rider Slot Car Machine, which looks interesting. It looks like Scalextric style racing. So I'll be having a go on that, and I got that for 75 pence. Bargain. That's why I like CEX, because they give you some cheap games sometimes. Next up, Catwoman. I got that for £1. Again, this looks pretty good, like your standard beat 'em up game. Yeah, Catwoman. Next up, The Mummy Returns. I got this for £1 as well, and this looks like your standard adventure game, and a little bit of platforming, maybe. I wanted to get this in CEX when I was in Basildon, but theirs was missing the manual, so I couldn't get it, but they got it in Southend, so yep, it's all good. Next, we got The Lord of the Rings, The Two Towers, Platinum, for £1. Now this is a good game, this is. The thing about this game is, years ago, when I was still in school, when this released, I had this on PS2, the regular edition, and I swapped this game for a Dreamcast console with a ton of games, because someone was eager to get this game, because this was quite popular when it came out, and someone really wanted it, and I had it, so I got a Dreamcast out of it. But I don't own it anymore. I sold it years ago. So yeah, next up, The Shadow of Zorro for £1.50. Don't know what sort of game this is, but by the looks from the back of the box, it looks similar to the Mummy game, like adventure roaming game where you go around doing stuff. So yeah, it's alright. Next, Smackdown, Just Bring It, 75 pence, Platinum. And they nearly tricked me on this. They nearly put the regular disc in, but I got the I made them switch it. They were trying to talk me out of it. They're saying, "Oh, it's the same game. It's the same game." But they don't understand that I'm collecting them, and I want them correct. So yeah. And it had all red ink. You know where the game stores write on it, write a number, but I can get it off. If you get this stuff called methanol spirits, you can dab a cotton bud on it, dip it in, and then wipe it on it. Makes it nice and clean. So yeah. Next up, I got in a charity shop FIFA 10, and they wanted £1.50 for this. But again, I was a bit sneaky, and I peeled a tag off one of their £1 items, and I put it over the top. So I got it for £1. And all I need now is FIFA 11, and I'm done with the FIFA games. Next up, these are all cash converters for £1. We've got Star Wars Jedi Starfighter. We've got Lethal Skies Elite Pilot Team SW. We've got the Sniper 2. I'm not sure if I've got this. The case looks really familiar. I've seen it before, so I'm not sure. But it's worth £1 to take a gamble if I've got it or not. If I've got it, it's just case replacement. Next up, Ace Combat, Squadron Leader, and lastly 2 Star Wars games, which is Bounty Hunter and The Force Unleashed. Quality games. I had this on the GameCube years ago, and I think if I remember it gets really ridiculously hard, so I gave up on it. And lastly, I got this in the post this morning from eBay. Crash Nitro Kart. I got this for £1.70 plus like £1 or something, £1 something post and package, which is a bargain because in CEX this is about £6. So yeah, gonna have a go on that in a little while. So yeah, guys, that's all my pickups for today, and I'm gonna play some more God of War tonight, which I'm really enjoying at the moment. I love it. Yep, thanks for watching. Peace.